this video today, I will be introducing you to a new way of selling physical products online. What if you could have a huge profit margin, get big orders, and reduce the amount of shipments that you have to send out each and every month? Well, at the height of my stationery business, I started selling physical products on Faire. Faire is a wholesaling platform, and this was the first time that I got an order over $150. And so in this video, I really want to share this huge opportunity with you. I'm going to let you know how I got started, my experience selling on Faire, and also some tips to ensure that you are successful. Hey, if you're new here, and hey, if you are coming back, my name is Shanice, and my purpose is to ensure that online moneymakers are able to, one, maximize their presence, and two, increase their sales. And so in this video today, my goal is to ensure that by the end of this, you have a solid knowledge of Faire as a wholesale platform, and you are able to make an informed decision as to whether or not this may be something that you can venture into with your small business. The first thing we're going to talk about in this video is what exactly is Faire. So Faire is a wholesaling platform, as I mentioned, and so what it does is it connects retailers with boutiques. So perhaps you are selling sticky notes in your small business. You can get on Faire and you can offer these products to small boutiques, so maybe coffee shops or bookstores, just small stores who are looking to add products to their store. And so Faire is a fantastic opportunity to, one, get your business out there. It's also a fantastic opportunity to reduce the amount of shipments that you're sending out each month, because I know when you're running a product-based business, it can be a lot to consistently pack and ship orders. And so what I love about Faire is that you're shipping in bulk, so you're making a lot of money at once, and you are reducing the amount of times that you're shipping out products each and every month. Now, this is not to say that the wholesaling platform is going to replace your retail business. Of course, it can. It depends on your goals. So if your goal is to strictly sell wholesale, then this video is still going to be helpful for you. But if your goal is to continue your retail business, then this video is just going to introduce you to another avenue of making money online. So how do you get started on Faire? Well, I got started on Faire by seeing a TikTok video. So at the height of my stationery business, I was really promoting a lot on TikTok. And I saw a fellow TikToker who was also in the stationery business who sold products on Faire. So I tried applying on my own. I went to faire.com and I signed up, and I actually got added onto the wait list. So I went back to TikTok and I'm like, how am I getting onto the wait list? How can I get off of the wait list? And I actually saw a video that stated that if you apply using a referral link, it actually increases your chances of getting accepted onto the platform. And so I used a referral link from someone on TikTok, and I immediately got accepted onto Faire, and I started selling. I want to say I had my first sale in my very first month on Faire, so it has really been a great blessing for my business. So I'm going to share with you some things that I didn't do but wish I had done, but also some things that I did do and worked well that I would encourage you to do if you're looking to make money selling on Faire. All right, so before we hop into the tips and tricks of selling on Faire, let's go ahead and talk about the commissions. I know how important it is to know just how much it's going to cost you to sell on a platform before making that decision. So I'm coming from Etsy, and I know Etsy has a lot of fees, so I'm sure that you're curious to know about the fees that Faire is going to charge you. So let's go ahead and talk a bit about those fees. I am pulling this information straight from Faire.com so that we can get the most accurate information. When I started on Faire, some things were different. For instance, they did not have that $10 fee that we're going to see when we go through. So some things have changed since I joined on Faire. So I want to make sure that we do have the most accurate information as possible. So it is, of course, free to join. As I said, sometimes they do add people to the waiting list, and this really just depends on the industry that you're selling in. So if you're selling in an industry that they have a lot of sellers already in that industry, they may put you on the wait list simply because they don't want it to be too competitive on the platform. And that is actually a really good thing. So the next thing is, how much do I pay on orders from Faire Direct? So Faire Direct is when you have a customer who is wanting to wholesale from you and they purchase from you wholesale on Faire. So in my business, I have two ways that I accept wholesale orders. So somebody can reach out to me via email or Instagram and letting me know that they're interested in wholesaling. And sometimes I set up just like a wholesale listing on my website and they can purchase it that way. However, I do also refer customers to Faire. And these are customers who are wanting to try out my products, but they don't want to have a huge investment just yet, because Faire does have an offer where they give you $100 off to new customers. So a customer can try out my products and get $100 off. So those are the two ways that I accept wholesale orders. And so that is what Faire Direct is. It's when you already know this person and you send them a direct link to purchase wholesale from you on this platform. So this is great for people who do not have their own website. It is also great if you're selling on a platform like Etsy and you know that those fees are going to be a lot more than sending that customer to Faire. So Faire is going to take 0% commission on direct orders. So whenever I have a customer who reaches out to me on social media, they shop from me on Faire, Faire is not going to take any of that money. They're taking 0% commissions. And so, as I mentioned previously to this, they do have an incentive. So here it tells us that if your customer is new to Faire, they will get that sign up incentive that I just mentioned. For me, it's $100. I'm not sure if it's $100 across the board. It might be. And they will also get free shipping for 1 year. So this is great, again, to get new people to try out your products if they want to just test it in their store or at a vendor's market or something like that. The next thing is, how much do you pay on orders that you get through the marketplace? So again, Faire is a platform that is connecting retailers to boutiques. So they do have a marketplace similar to Etsy, how Etsy has a marketplace. Faire has a marketplace. And so on those orders, this is saying that Faire is sending you the customer, right? So you're not finding your own wholesale clients. They are sending you these clients. And so on those orders, you're going to pay a 15% commission. They're also going to charge you a one-time $10 fee. So this $10 fee is new. When I first started selling on Faire, they did not have this $10 fee. So this is new. I don't have much experience with it, except this one time when they had just made the change. Someone purchased something from my store. At the time, my store on Faire had a $30 minimum order, right? Which was really, really low. So when they hit me with that $10, basically I only had $20 left, and it really cut into my profit margin. I was not expecting that. And so I ended up actually canceling that order. And I don't think it was a very good thing to cancel that order. Perhaps what I should have done is just taken the hit, fulfilled the order, and then perhaps the customer would have reordered again from me and I would not have paid that $10. But I actually canceled the order, and I feel like that kind of hindered my store. So that is something I will say, make sure that you're staying on top of the policies, and make sure that if you can avoid canceling an order, you do so at all costs. Of course, canceling orders does not look good for anyone. So you definitely want to make sure to keep that in mind. Additionally, as we're on this, I do want to also mention here that you want to be careful with the order minimum for your store. So you get to choose the order minimum. So you can say, okay, I only accept $100 or more for my orders. And this will kind of either deter or help you to get more wholesale clients. So obviously a lower minimum order is going to be the thing to capture clients. Like when I had $30 minimum order, I got lots of clients who just did the $30. So this would have been a set of 10 sticky notes for $30. And I did get a lot of those smaller 10 sticky note orders. And so that is something to consider. If you can afford to have a low order minimum, go for it. Remember that you are not paying any shipping costs out of pocket. So if someone purchases something from me at a $30, they're going to pay that additional shipping. Or if they're new, Faire will cover that shipping. So you would still get your full $30 if it's a direct customer. If it's not a direct customer right now, you're going to get hit with that $10 and that 15%, okay? So the next thing we want to pay attention to is fees paid for payment processing. Now, whatever platform you use, whether it's your own website or Faire, you are going to pay payment processing fees. If you take the 60-day payout, it is going to be at a 1.9% plus that 30 cents. So in my description below, I'm going to leave for you 2 links to Faire. The first link is going to be that referral link. So if you are looking to start selling wholesale, you are able to use that link and sign up, and hopefully you get accepted without needing to go on a waiting list. The second link I'm going to add is a link to this page so that you can have it to go through and read about the payments and things like that, so you have a clear idea of how much you are going to be making. Now, as we are on the topic of pricing, I do want to touch on the fact that if you are going to be selling wholesale, you need to make sure that your products are appropriately priced from the jump. A lot of times we're selling retail and we are not making the profit that we should be making because we are not accurately pricing our products. For instance, if you have a handmade business, you should not only be considering production costs in terms of what you pay for the raw materials, but you should also be trying to pay yourself. So make sure that you are pricing your products fairly from the jump for retail, and that way you would be able to sell and still make a profit wholesale. So let's take a practical example as we talk a bit about pricing. So let's say, for instance, you run a product-based business that you sell notepads. If you haven't checked out my video on how to make notepads, go ahead and check that out. But let's say it costs you $4 in raw materials to make each notepad, and you added on $1 for the time that it takes you to make the notepad. So in total, that notepad costs you $5 to make. In order to price this appropriately for wholesale, what you're going to want to do is double that. So multiply that 5 by 2. So 2 by 5 is what? 10. So $10 is going to give you a 50% profit on that notepad. Now, if you're going to retail that notepad, you want to times that 5 by 4, right? So you could say 5 by 4 is 20. So $20 is what you're going to sell retail for this notepad. Now, doing this is going to give you a healthy profit margin. Of course, you have some wiggle room, right? So you can run sales, you can offer a discount on the $20, and you're still making a profit. Which, and if you were to just sell the notepad retail at $10, you wouldn't have room to do anything. You wouldn't be able to offer any discounts. Black Friday is coming around, you can't offer any sales. So this is how you want to think about pricing your products. You want to make sure that you have a healthy profit margin so that you're leaving room for things like fees, sales, coupons, and different things like that. All right, so let's go ahead and quickly hop into some of these tips. So one thing I noticed about Faire when I first got on is that there is no like keywords, like on Etsy or Amazon KDP, if you're familiar with those platforms, you put in specific keywords for your products. There are no keywords on Faire, but you do optimize based on your titles and your description. They don't give you a lot of characters for your titles, so make sure that you are using the words that are really going to get customers to your products. And once you do that, you should also be optimized for things like Google traffic. So there are no keywords on the platform the last time I checked. And so you want to use your keywords in your titles as well as in your description. In terms of marketing, you have a couple of different options. One is you could tap into some marketing strategies on Faire. So a lot of times they may have different things you can sign up for, like different discount promotions and things like that, getting on their email list. Once you start getting clients, you are also going to have their email, so you can utilize email marketing to get repeat clients. Additionally, you can do some social media marketing. So I got a lot of my Faire Direct clients, so people that I sent them my link from social media. So I made a video on TikTok saying that I now sell wholesale sticky notes. I sell, certain items wholesale, and I got a lot of clients from those social media posts. So you can utilize social media, especially if you already have social media for your business. You can utilize some type of blogging strategy or Pinterest marketing strategy. You can also send out an email to your existing customers if you already have their email addresses. Once you start getting in clients, even if it's clients that you're getting in from Faire or your direct clients, you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of that packaging. So when you send your shipment to your customer, you want to include something kind of like a catalog. So this is an example of my products catalog. So it has some of my sticky notes on there. It has the rate at which they can resell it. And then I also have some more information on the back. So I typically include this in all of my orders. So make sure you're including something like that in your orders as well. You can also include any little marketing tips or strategies that you feel would help them to sell your products. Because remember, the more of your product they sell, the more they come back and purchase from you. So that is how you want to think about it. You don't want to think about this first order. A lot of times this first order is just a door to so many more orders or to bigger orders. So think about it that way. Think about, hey, they're going to love this product, purchase this product, and they're going to come back and buy more. On that note, let's talk about making sure to list your best sellers. So if you have something that is not a bestseller, I would go ahead and not even list that on Faire. List your best sellers, because these are the things that would most likely sell for the people who are purchasing, right? So in the boutiques, in the bookstores, these are the products that are going to sell most likely. So be sure to list your best sellers. When I first got on Faire, I actually did it the lazy way, and I imported all of my inventory, I think from Etsy. That did not work out well because I had to go back and do lots of edits. Some of the listings I never got around to actually making those edits, and so even the descriptions were not really optimized for wholesale selling and things like that. So I would say take your time and list your products individually. That way you can be very strategic and very intentional with the items that you're choosing to sell wholesale. And the next thing is to make sure you're setting accurate shipping times. So one thing with Faire is you do set how long it's going to take you to process an order. For instance, in my store, I typically say it's going to take me anywhere from 10 to 14 business days to process the order. And that is because when I actually started selling on Faire, I was selling a lot of my journals from Amazon KDP. So whenever I would get an order on Faire, I would purchase the books from KDP and then ship it off to the boutiques. And so I was doing that for a little while just to kind of make some money and not have to purchase all the inventory up front. And so with that, I kind of had a longer shipping time. So you need to think about your shipping time and what you can do for your products. Of course, if you're making something handmade, you may need a little bit more time to make those products and make sure that you make them well. So really think about that. If you already have inventory sitting on your shelf and you know you can ship out in 2 to 3 business days, then go ahead and set those accurate shipping times. The last point here is to just make sure that you're reaching out to your past clients. So if a client purchased something from you, Faire does have great email marketing. So you can send emails to them, offer them coupons, offer them things to get them back in your shop purchasing your items. Now, again, this is a great opportunity for small product-based businesses. This is going to be a great opportunity if you hand make any products, if you're looking to start selling more products in a different way. Because I know, as I said, shipping individual packages can be hard for some people. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, the link is in my description so you can sign up to sell on Faire. So you have made it to the end of this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have not hit that subscribe button, but you did enjoy the video, then go ahead and tap that. Also, if you're looking for additional videos on my channel to watch, you can check out this video that talks about print on demand, or you can check out this video where I share about the fact that my KDP account has been reinstated. So very exciting. Go ahead and check out either of these two videos. And remember to keep designing your dream life and business. So I'm going to go ahead and see you in whichever video you check out. Bye for now.